All right, Scorpio. Hi, how are you? It's me, Alex, and this is my 5th attempt at doing a reading for you because a certain flake wanted my attention. So I gave her a collagen bone now, so that should keep her busy during the duration of this reading. So, hey, I hope y'all are doing well. Let's see what God in the universe has for you, Scorpio. God in the universe. Ooh, child, just keep it busy for me, please, Jesus, please. All right. Also, please bless Scorpio with some great information. Give them what they need to help them on their journeys and path. I'm so grateful to God and you in the universe. I so appreciate you and love you. I thank you. Amen. The High Priestess, your intuition. Oh, 10 of Wands. Is that the 10 of Wands? This is 7 of Wands. 3 off. Okay, the 7 of Wands is defiance, just blocking, right? What's going on? What's going on? 5 of Swords is feeling like giving up. Somebody did leave in the comments that they don't trust their intuition. You got to believe in something. You do. That's a hard life, as I drop the 3 of Swords. That's a hard life if you don't have belief in something. Because your intuition is God. At least it is to me. I mean, Tower. Page of Swords. That's a message. What is that? Wheel of Fortune. So when it all falls down. Yeah, I can't sing, and that wasn't, I ain't, hit the high note, but that song has been in my head. Angels just said, London Bridge is falling down. Okay. So, intuitively speaking, let's talk about your intuition. You ain't been using it. 5 of Swords is feeling defeated. 7 of Pentacles is overanalyzing, right? Counting your money and then counting it again. And counting it again. Some sort of pain and heartbreak. And there is surprise communication coming in to set you back in motion and bring you back into alignment. 2 of Pentacles is 2 options, right? Two great options. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay, so I have the High Priestess and the High Priest. So we got the 7 of Wands with the 9 of Swords. That's not good. Yep, you're overthinking. Page of Pentacles. I feel like the universe is offering you some sort of information or guidance, but for some of you, your overthinking is so powerful that it's overriding your intuition. So baby, it's not your intuition, it's your conscious mind. If that resonates with you, I would say to you, meditate. Right? It's almost like your conscious mind is leading you down a rabbit hole and you're going to suffocate and then blame it on the universe. And then we'll say to you, baby, we ain't in the business of no rabbit holes. Maybe wormholes, but not rabbit holes. And wormholes just take you to other dimensions. Rabbit holes just lead you to darkness and death. I feel like something is coming along to put an end to sadness, depression, loneliness, self-deprecating thoughts, stress, anxiety, the list goes on. Yeah, it's a refusal. That 7 of Wands, a refusal to believe. Is the 8 of Swords going to come out? Ooh, mama. The Empress. Okay, so it's a feminine deity, right? Feminine archangel, good Lord. Like I needed to see the 7 of Swords. That's self-sabotaging. There you go, Scorpio. Tower and the Death card. 7 of Pentacles again. You got a lot of 7s here. Ooh, daddy. These are my pulp girls tarot. 5 of Pentacles. Damn. Okay. Angel said, keep going. 5 of Wands. The Hermit. So you're going through some sort of change. 8 of Wands. Okay. Okay. So I remember when okay, so let me say it first. Some of you could be on the verge of going through a spiritual awakening. And it feels like before you have your awakening, you first have to go through some sort of dark night of the soul, some sort of reckoning, right? As in reconciliation. I know that's not what reckoning is, but it does mean that. You can make it to mean that. There's a level of deviousness here. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's someone you're dealing with. You're 7 of Wands with the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. It to me kind of feels like someone's not getting what they want. But the reason why they're not getting what they want is because they're not giving anything, right? You got to give to get. Cause and effect. There's the law of cause and effect. You put $2 in the bank, you have $2. You deposit $2, you can withdraw $2. You can't deposit $4 and want to withdraw $8. That's what this feels like, right? The universe is trying to say to you, okay, Scorpio, make your deposits. Make your deposits. And Scorpio's like, why? When the transaction I'm trying to perform is a withdrawal. You see what I mean? 7 of Wands to me sometimes is going against the grain, going against the curve. 7 of Wands in front of the High Priestess, you are doing the exact fucking opposite of your intuition. And then you wonder why things fuck up in your life. Sorry, don't know who I'm talking to, but you need to hear this. Marsha, Queenie. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera so you can see all of the many cards. 4 7s so far here. And then the 7 of Wands. So I got 5 7s, which breaks down to an 8. 5 times 7 is 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 8, we close out with the 8 of Wands. Angels just said, well, Scorpio, who's the one who knows better? Is it you or God? Is it you, the universe? Is it you, your ancestors? Is it you, the angels? That's a trick, dumb question, right? On any given day, I'm a dumbass because I know my angels know way more, right? I will bow down to God's feet, if God had feet, right? And submit on any given day because I know, I'm a grain of sand to him, right? But I love him in his magnificence, okay? And I just kind of feel like, right? Because look, we got spiritual, we got religious, we got birth, growth, and creativity. It's almost like you're trying to perform something new using old raggedy tactics. Somebody is, whether it's you or someone else, right? It's almost like you're trying to manifest positivity from a very negative space. Cause and effect, okay? And I love this, and I always tell people this, especially in personal readings. If you feel like giving up from a universal standpoint is surrendering. Giving up the control or giving up the bullshit idea that you know better than God or the universe. If you're going to give that up. Please. Please. Okay? But I do kind of feel like for a lot of you who are questioning or curious or unsure, uncertain about God's presence, universal presence in your life, don't have him stick his big foot and pinky toe in your life. Okay? But I do kind of feel, closing with the 8 of Wands, God is going to start showing you how he works through your life. If after seeing that you don't believe, you're doomed, right? You're just fucking doomed. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be scammed, right? You know what I mean? And I know one person in my life who has challenges believing in anything physical. You always have to remember, physical is a representation of energy, right? So when we say the sun, right, it's the human label for the big, beautiful orb or star that sits in our galaxy. The term star, right? Just as words describe things, okay? Synchronicities describe or translates God's word, God's, messages from the ethers, from heaven, whatever you believe in. Now, here's the thing. I feel like I'm talking to two different groups of Scorpios. There are the religious Scorpios, as in the physical manifestation of God's energy Scorpios. And then I'm talking to Scorpios who don't really need the physical to prove that he is who he is. Sorry if this is sounding really churchish, okay? Angel said, well, you deliver them like we give them to you, girl, so it could sound like anything they want it to sound like. They know where the stop button is. Oh, sorry. Ciao. But the Seven of Wands is resistance and defiance. It's drawing a line. Like, yo, you stay over there, I'm going to be over here. The Nine of Swords is being stressed and anxious and worried. It's almost like betraying yourself. You drew the line and now you're sad about the line. Oh, child, who is this? I know you're sad about the line because the Seven of Swords is running forward while looking back with 5 deadly swords in her hands, right? So you did this to protect yourself, but inadvertently you fucked yourself up. Sorry, I should have just said you hurt your own self, but I just put a little pepper on it. So now the 5 of Swords, you feel defeated. You feel like, what the fuck? What's it all for? Why? Now you want to go to God like, well, what help me, help guide me, help guide my steps. And God is like, I just sent you a world-class GPS. I got my best angels by your side, right? I have the best public relations team to show you all the signs and symbols and translated into your world, right? So synchronicities are tips and tricks and keys and hints that your manifestations are about to come true. But you know what fuels all of that? Belief. You gotta believe in something. You don't have to believe in that. This is myself personally. I don't believe in a religious God, right? I don't believe that I should fear God. I love him too much to fear him. Why? Why would I fear God? Somebody recently says, oh, I don't judge anybody who takes God's name in vain. I don't live by that rule. Don't nobody tell me, and I know that's not good English, but I don't allow anybody to tell me or interfere with my relationship with God. Okay? I respect, all religions, all belief systems, but have Seven of Wands, have yours over there and leave mine the fuck alone. Oh, okay. Maybe this reading's about me. Angels are like, girl, just finish reading them damn cards and leave yourself out of it like you usually do. So there is something ending there. It has to be the ending of, if I don't see physical proof, then it's not real, or I can't trust if they don't show me. I just had a conversation with somebody about trust. Trust is a facade. Trust is created by you and only you, regardless of what other people do. At the beginning of this, we talked about you don't believe. Well, belief and trust are twins, right? If you can't believe, you can't not believe and then trust. Right? You can't believe and then not trust. That's almost like saying you can't, in my opinion, you can't love God and fear him at the same time. Those energies cross each other out. Right? I just love dogs, but I'm scared of them, so I don't go near them. Well, how the fuck are you loving them? Okay, all right, I'm going. All right, don't get me started. 7 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a physical, human, 3D, tangible offer, right? Physical proof. You done got that job, the job you said you wanted. You prayed about it and got it, but you don't believe, right? The car you said you wanted, you didn't get like the 2025, but you got the 2019. You asked for it and you got it. So, but you still don't believe. Scorpio, I swear to you, I don't know who I'm talking to. But if this is resonating with you, you need to get your shit right. You need to get your spiritual, energetic shit right. We opened with your spiritual and your religious, okay? Your energetic, your physical, the relationship between themselves. The Empress, the womb, growth, right? For a lot of you, your spiritual / religious beliefs came from your family, came from mom and dad. I have mom and dad sitting right here. Here's the Emperor, here's the Empress, okay? But I kind of feel like right now, so many of you are confused and you don't know what the fuck to think or believe. And I'm saying to you, by the way, that is okay. In other words, if you are uneducated about pure spirituality without the physical counterpart, as in religion, Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Torah, right? If you are confused, hey, can I be spiritual without religious? The answer is yes, absolutely. If you don't know about it, get into union with spirit. Everything I know comes from spirit. Everything I know about anything spiritual came from an angel, a guide, or God, him or herself. Okay? Now, let me. This is the Three of Swords. This is the Five of Swords. See how similar they are? Right? The Three of Swords don't have the two barriers. The Five of Swords does. So for a lot of you, it's almost like you're holding on to some sort of heartbreaking, betrayal, painful energy. And angels are saying that painful energy is what's causing you to have these ironclad boundaries, to reject, to oppose, to repel certain people, information, places, things, right? It repels your belief. Okay? I know. So here's the thing. I know it cancels each other out. I'm having a conversation with my angels and they're basically saying to me, if they don't believe, how could they live life? Right? They have to believe, right? In other words, you work, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You believe you're going to get paid, right? Yeah, that's belief too, right? As in the flow, reciprocity. I do, cause and effect. I cause this, it has this effect on my environment. Oh, okay. You're looking to hear God's voice. You're looking to hear some sort of physical proof that God is real. God, who is this reading for? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to release it anyway. Long as Snowflake don't bring her ass over here and dog block. All right. Now, let's talk about this half of the reading because I have the Five of Swords here, Five of Pentacles here, Five of Wands here, Five of Cups here. Those are all of the fives. 5 breaks down to 2. Everything in this universe related to energy is duality. It is a dual transaction. Light, dark, masculine, feminine, good, evil. Okay, joy, hate. It's duality. From my understanding, that is what spirit did. In order for spirit to acknowledge itself or to see itself, it had to create 2. In other words, if you are looking in the mirror, your image is reflected back to you so you could see how you look, so you could see how you are. That's why we were broken into 2. We went from source to void, and then source broke itself into 2, which many people talk about twin flames, right? But again, the meaning of twin flames is not accurate. However, the energy breaking into 2, just like twins, identical twins being born in the womb, that is true. Energy splits itself so we can acknowledge and see itself and witness itself. I guess that's a better term. Okay? Why is this important? You are one half, but you are denying the other half, or ignoring the other half, or rejecting the other half, or refusing to see the other half. Okay? But angels keep saying, but you live a life of duality. You get up, you go to work, you do your job, you get paid. You get up, you go to work, you breathe, you inhale, you exhale, you ingest, you digest, you expel, right? Okay. So you have the 4 5s again, and that breaks down to 2. We have the 2 of Pentacles there. So there's always a bright side. There's always another side. But some of y'all is like, no, they ain't. Oh, okay. So what I just heard is the Tower here. The Tower is here. And the Wheel of Fortune is here. Some of you are very curious about, taking your spirituality, your religion to the next step, and God bless you, right? Please don't use mankind to help and assist you. Again, go to source, okay? But you're disappointed in the world. Wow. So in order to not have to deal with the world, a lot of you hermitize. You stay by yourself. You keep to yourself. And the universe is saying, listen, Holmes, Homo sapiens, right? You were not born here to be singular. You were born here to connect and be plural. Don't ask me what that means. It could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 9, it could be 18. But you were born to connect, because when you think about God's energy, or energy within itself, we all have a home. We all have a motherboard. We all have a source that's burning the energy inside of us. And 8 of Wands, you're about to see it in real everyday life. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to do another reading. That was a little unexpected. I have the Emperor here and I have the Empress here. That's God energy, right? The duality, right? The duality coming together as one, as we are all one, comes back to source. Okay. I don't know who needed to hear this message, but, you got a free reading, right? But I kind of feel like I got the Hermit here, 5 of Cups, all of the 5s. The 5s represent transition. The 5 represents, going from your comfort zone to discomfort to growth. Growth here, growth and power. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, straddling the Death card. Okay, so your procrastination, your self-sabotaging is hurting you. Some of you, I think, in short, are refusing to grow. With the 3 of Swords, Judgment, and the Emperor kind of says, listen, we'll do it with you or without you. You're going to evolve. We'll do it with you or without you. And what's unfortunate is that when you spend too much time in one place of energy, right? So as an example, nobody stays 4 years old forever, right? Eventually, whether they want to or not, that year on the human scale is going to come back around, right? The earth is going to go around the sun with or without you. So you cannot stay stuck, stagnant in one energy. By default, you cannot. Whomever this reading is for, darling, I got the Tower here and the Wheel of Fortune. That kind of says shit is going to change with or without you. It's a part of your destiny. Get on board. I love that term. Get on board. Okay. So for a lot of you, you need to grow in some sort of spiritual, religious, whatever practice. It's time, right? A lot of you, to an extent, have been neglecting your spirituality or religion. You see what I'm saying? But angels are saying, it's time to grow. It's time to evolve. It's time to shift your perspective. And we're going to do it with or without you. I feel like that was a powerful message again for one specific person. I do have developing your spiritual gifts and abilities coaching. I have that appointment. If you're wanting to talk to me more about this, hit me up, set that appointment. Personal readings are open, going live on May 31st, and next Scorpio hangout is June 7th. So I'm going to wrap it here. I'm not doing moonology. I'm going to wrap here. If this resonated, if this tickled your soul, if it punched you in the solar plexus, leave me a comment and let me know. God is knocking on your door. God is trying to get your attention. I don't know who you are, but you keep sending the call to voicemail. And God help you, because girl, dude, he'll blow up the phone. He'll blow up the phone company. Okay, to get your attention. Leaving it here. Love you. Bye.